This is Great Julia Luna, live from Tokyo, Japan.
Hi, it's Carmen with the folktale told in many countries around the world, but this version comes from Switzerland, and it's called The Strange Ride. A man rode a donkey down the road while his young son walked alongside. A farmer called to the man, "Now I've seen everything. What is wrong with you making your poor little son walk? You're so much stronger." So the man got down, the boy climbed up, and on they went. They walked a bit until an old woman cried out to the boy, "You should be ashamed of yourself. You're young and fit and full of energy. How come you get to ride?" So down the boy climbed and all three walked on. Father, son, and donkey. A few more miles down the road, a small child laughed and said, "You three are pretty strange. It seems like someone should ride." So the father and son lifted the donkey and carried him down the road. This is how ridiculous things get when you try to please everybody. The end.
Live, this is News Channel 8 at 5. Coverage you can count on.
On alert, the FBI warns of Al-Qaeda plans for a spectacular attack on America. Good evening, everybody. The FBI's latest terror warning does not name any specific targets.
But the scale of the potential action is the most dire to date. The feds are warning Al-Qaeda may be planning a spectacular...
Next on News Channel 8 at 5, new developments in the serial sniper case. We'll have the latest coming up.
Harry Potter is back on the silver screen tonight. We'll take you to a theater as Connecticut fans get ready for more movie magic.
And up next, did you see this? The fur was flying in New York City.
Coming up at 6 on News Channel 8. With a budget crisis and thousands of state layoffs threatened, should the governor turn down his pay raise to help save jobs? Some say yes. That's coming up at 6 on News Channel 8. You're watching News Channel 8 at 5. Coverage you can count on. With Ann Nyberg, Brian Burnell, and Jeff Fox with weather.
And at Danbury Hospital have successfully treated a baby who got a tick-borne illness from her mother. They weren't sure it would work because there were no documented cases of a treatment for this illness. News Channel 8's Ned Berkowitz is...
Live from WTNH Channel 8, this is Action News Weekend.
The place to be tonight, downtown New Haven, where thousands are taking to the...
You're watching News Channel 8 at 11. With Ann Nyberg, Keith Kuntz, Noah Finn Sports, and Jeff Fox with weather.
I'm trying to figure out what to tell our... Good evening, everybody. We begin as Americans. We are stunned tonight trying to cope and come to grips with the...
Nice to say there are thousands of people injured in just a matter of a couple of moments and flown into the before scum before they were tackled by security guards and hauled away.
They had to know maybe that was happening. I don't know, because they just kept going.
Let's see what's happening on the highways.
Let's check in with Bob Mortality.
Nasty stuff going on still on the Merritt Parkway this afternoon.
There is so much to talk about the weekend weather. But here's the main thing. Don't let the thought that there may be a little bit of frozen precipitation take you off the trail. That's not the big deal this weekend. Anchors, shall we agree? Today was a lovely day.
Beautiful.
Welcome back, everyone. Last week, a New York newspaper conducted a poll to see whether Knicks fans wanted Jeff Van Gundy back as the Knicks coach. 78% said yes.
On the next all-new Mackenzie Falls.
Science fair, huh?
Will Mackenzie and Chloe's chemistry create a monster? Watch this week's new mini-sode of Mackenzie Falls, only at MackenzieFalls.com. So much drama, so little time.
Where news
This is the News 6 Nightcast.
voted best newscast by the Radio Television News Directors Association of the...
here is if the weather will cooperate. NASA says there's a 40% chance that rains could delay tomorrow's scheduled launch. At Kennedy Space Center, Jay Gray, WECT News 6. Now, Jim, back to you.
All right, thanks, Jay. Now stay with News 6 for the liftoff tomorrow. We'll carry NBC's coverage of the countdown live tomorrow, beginning at about 3:30 in the afternoon. That is, George, if it doesn't rain.
Yeah, and those rains or thunder showers are the typical...
Blue, double U.
Weeknights at 7:30 on WECT.
Weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist George Elliott.
George Elliott is earner of the AMSC approval.
So warm and humid. Spot shower not out of the question tonight. Better chance as we go through tomorrow. Latest radar.
I didn't want to talk about that. Well, you're going to have to do better than that.
Next Oprah. Weekdays at 4 on WECT.
News 6 Sports with Bob Bonner, voted Best Sportscaster and voted Best Sportscast.
When I was 19, I was still...
Welcome home, Arizona. This is KPHO TV 5 News, midday.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Patricia DeRoss.
And I'm Doug Bell. Thanks for joining us.
From Green Bay, the Fox Cities, and the Lakeshore, this is CBS 5 News, Special Edition.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Shelley Botot has the night off. Green Bay police are investigating
a Phoenix man accused in the weekend death of his girlfriend's 5-year-old tomorrow. Until then, you should avoid that area altogether.
Coming up on News 13.
All it takes is a wind shift for 2 southern Arizona towns to be covered in potentially dangerous smoke from a fire in Mexico. More Arizona seniors might sign up for Arizona's discount prescription drug plan now that it's less expensive. And can a McDonald's meal fit into your low-carb diet?
The Big Spring campground were destroyed. The twister even blew one of the RVs into the Current River. Well, Marquand is without a fire station this morning, destroyed by the storm.